What?
Welcome back to Disability to Live. I'm Jeanette.
I'm Samara. Hi guys.
Today we're just doing the second part to our school video. Someone came up with a couple questions from the first video that we thought, well, let's answer them. So that's what we're gonna do now.
So, let's start off with elementary school. How did it go for you ladies? Shavana, how about you start?
Elementary was a hard time for me because I was unable to communicate with my dad.
Yeah, you covered that in the last video. Let's not rehash that teacher was a bitch story. Let's not do that one again.
Well, wait a minute. Why call the teacher a bitch? Why was she?
Because she didn't understand what I was trying to put in my dad's mind to tell her what I wanted. And
This was in the early 90s though, so they might have not known how to interact with disabled kids.
it was frustrating because she kept saying to me, what is it? What is it? So I got aggravated and I punched her in the dynamite. You are a bitch.
How old were you at that time?
5.
5, okay.
Well, kindergarten and first grade.
Yeah, alright. Well, we understood that then. And after that, did it get better?
Yeah, and then my dad took it away from me because they said you can say bitch.
You can communicate. Yeah, alright.
So how about you, Jeanette? How was your elementary school?
My elementary school. Well, I started off kindergarten for me I took kindergarten twice. The first time was with all handicapped kids, and the second time, well, I was integrated into normal classes, and from then on, I took all normal classes with able-bodied kids, and I had a good elementary school time. Like I said in the first video, kids are kids, you play with each other. I might have not been able to do recess, but I would stay in with some of my friends and just chat or do arts and crafts and stuff, so elementary was fun.
Okay, let's stop talking about the boring stuff. How about detention? Shavana, did you ever get detention?
No, I was a good girl.
God.
I was a good girl who was a little bit of teacher pet.
Okay.
Sure, Shavana.
I know, none of us believe that. None of us believe that.
You know, whatever I do.
Okay, I admitted in the first video, I did detention. So I did it twice. For what? For not turning in work
Very good.
and not doing an assignment that I was supposed to do. I didn't want, for one of them, the teacher got tired of yelling at her class for not reading a book. And I'll admit, this was a book I had already read. I didn't like it the first time. I was not going to read it again. So I got detention for that. And yeah, the second time it was for not turning in homework that I was supposed to.
Was the teacher fun or was it hard?
I had fun at detention. Detention was fun.
Why was it fun in detention? Usually it isn't.
For me, it was because they had some of the boys that I liked. And it gave me a chance to interact with them a little more. Especially because one of the boys I've known him since elementary school, and he was so surprised to see me in detention. So it gave us something to talk about.
Good reason to be in detention, huh? So, let's go on and go towards skipping school. Since we did a bad thing, detention, how about Shavana? Did you ever skip school?
Yes. But I did it with family.
How often? How was it just one time?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them with who.
I did it with my oldest brother and my younger brother. I did it.
It was a family day
And we went to the
with the mom knowing.
We went to the Chicago was where we are from. And we got Jordan's, Michael Jordan jumpsuits.
Oh, it was a good time to ditch.
Of the dance category.
All right.
And we went to the movies. Then, when we came back to the house, my sister, my mom, my dad, and my auntie were like, yelling at us, screaming, "Oh no, we thought somebody took him." I said, "No one took me. I didn't want to tell them all in my heart."
Wow.
And I got Michael Jordan Jr.
That's funny. That is too funny.
So I was happy to get my Michael Jordan Jr. And the next day, I wore my Michael Jordan to school.
Awesome.
That's a good day to skip.
That's fantastic. I love that.
So, how about you, Jeanette? Did you skip?
There was multiple times I skipped. I think
To do what?
the first time, I believe my best friend at the time, she convinced my nurse to take us to the mall. And my nurse always said she wanted me to be a normal teenager, so if I wanted to skip one day, all I had to do was tell her. And yeah, she took us to the mall. She drove me and my friend to the mall, and we spent the day at the mall. Other times, over the years, my
Why are you laughing?
guy best friend will tell people, he'll tell whoever will listen, that I was a horrible influence on him because he was a freshman when I was a senior. He likes to tell people that I convinced him to ditch quite a few times over that year, just by telling him that I wanted him to come over for pizza and the movies, and that's all it takes. And he'll tell anyone who'll listen that it was all on me, that I'm the horrible influence that taught him how to ditch school, which is a lie. But yeah, those were the times I ditched school. But those were half days. Half days. They don't seem necessary to me.
No excuses.
But yeah, those are the times I ditched.
So, you invented the Netflix and chill.
Oh God,
It wasn't like that.
no.
It was called skipping school. Even you two do it, huh?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so next, since we were talking about skipping school, who were your friends that decided to influence you or you hang out with during school?
I don't know if I want to name them, but well, you said it was your brothers that got you ditching, so with you it was family. With me, it was my friend Melissa when we were maybe sophomores or something, and then after that was my friend John. So yeah, those were my friends in high school.
Shivana, you want to do a shout out at your family that made you skip?
Dominic King and Ronnie King.
All right.
Good influences,
Yeah.
I say.
Oh yeah. Friends are always fun to hang out with.
So, since we skipped school, went to detention, how about school clubs? Were there any after school activities or clubs?
Yes. For me, I did sign language. I did Spanish. and I did homework.
Wait, so you had a bus that picked you up and dropped you off for those clubs?
Yes.
Okay, so that's your school did provide that. My school didn't provide stuff like that, and my parents worked 24/7, so I couldn't join after-school clubs. If I did, I would have loved to have joined an art club or an anime club. But the only club I was in was the newspaper club because they met during lunch, so I was able to join that for a year.
Nobody's part of the cool club?
Yeah, no.
I was more of a nerd than cool.
Okay, so that's all you have to say about clubs, I take it.
Yeah.
We would like to go to one now and go there.
That's a whole different kind of club
Go
that we
shake.
want to go to now.
Go shake it.
Well, since we talked about Jeanette and Shavana being teacher's pet, supposedly, who would get special treatments by the teacher? Shavana, did you get any special treatments?
Oh God, the way she's laughing. She totally did.
Well, I had this speech and language teacher who was like my best teacher in the whole world. Pamela Petrie was my high school.
Uh-huh.
And we were so close. So, being that we were so close, she took me in this and that. She didn't do it everybody else.
What'd you do?
Well, why do we, like, he came and got me and my cousin, Robbie, and took her to the honey house.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Everyone told cousin in my face. Well, anybody that knows me knows that I like to see me. And another time during the summer, when we were at school, she went away on vacation. So when she came back, she came and got me and my cousin again. And we went to a Compton Dance one day.
Oh,
And we got to go. We got to go get some clothes, shoes, and we went to somebody's house,
yeah.
and we had tacos and chicken snacks.
Of course, tacos. Your love of tacos, even back then. All right. Well, I get that is special treatment. I don't think I have anything like
So
that.
thank you, Pamela Petrie, for being one of my favorite teachers I had.
Awesome.
What about you, Jeanette?
Me, I don't think I had special treatment like that. I mean, I had the normal special treatment where we left class 5 minutes early to get to the next class, but that was more of a general school special treatment for me. But teacher giving me special treatment, I don't remember having that.
Favorite teachers.
Oh, that I did. You know, my art teacher, she was fantastic, Miss Bertner. She, maybe one time on a field trip, she let me take a friend of mine that wasn't in class. That would be special treatment, I guess. And so I could have someone with me for the trip. So the first year she let me do that. I took my friend Melissa, and then the second year I took my friend John. And neither one of them was in art class at all, but she allowed it for me. I think that's the only special treatment I had.
So what did you?
And she ate with the teachers?
Oh, yeah, I did it with the teachers, but that wasn't any of my teachers. I just ate in the teacher's lounge because it was quieter.
Because it's a special treatment.
Yeah, I guess that would be a special treatment. Alright, yeah, those are the two special treatments I had. Nothing really big for me, but yeah.
Do you get to sit in class or with no students during lunchroom in a nice quiet room, Shavana?
I do not.
Exactly.
Okay, I did, yeah, okay. Alright.
That was a special treatment, I take it.
Yeah.
So with your special treatments, let's say what was your most embarrassing moments then?
Oh, God.
Being treated special?
No.
So many to choose from.
This one.
Do I? Tell it. I'm not 100% sure I know.
Yes, you do.
Alright, let's go. Say it.
Look, I did what I can.
Uh-huh. Oh,
One
God, she
day,
even put his name out there. Uh-huh.
one day he threw a spitball at me.
Uh-huh.
And you were sitting right next to me. And then I goes, what the hell? Somebody threw a spitball.
I don't remember that, but okay. For me, oh God, there was multiple ones. Which one do I choose? Okay. There was once in high school when I was leaving my classroom and the boy I had a crush on for a while walked past me and smiled at me. And me from looking at him, I almost ran into the lockers. I almost crashed into the lockers. That one was one of my most embarrassing moments. Another one I think would be when, and this was more on me, my teacher yelled at me in front of the whole class for, also, no. My teacher yelled at me in class.
That was kind of embarrassing.
No, I'm fine with also. My teacher yelled at me in class for almost failing one of my other classes, and she told it in front of the whole classroom. That was another moment that I was a little embarrassed and angry at. At Westmont though, I don't think I had any major embarrassing moments.
Because you stay at the front.
Yeah, I did.
What about when y'all walked across the stage?
No, I don't think I was ever embarrassed walking across the stage.
Well, since Jeanette's embarrassing moment included a boy in it, let's move on to the next topic, which would be interactiveness with boys. You know, once you go to high school, you get a little boy crazy.
I was boy crazy.
What you prefer.
Even in elementary school.
So, how was your interactions with boys? Who would like to start?
I'll start. There was none. There was very little interaction with boys throughout my school years. When I met Shavana, there was one boy maybe that I talked to for a while. And then Alex. Don't throw their names out there, Shavana. What the hell? Then in high school, I was very shy. I was very shy with boys especially. So the interactions were few and every so often. It wasn't until my senior year that I became friends with a group of guys, and then that's when it kind of flourished from there. But before that, there was very little interaction with boys. You, Shavana?
No.
Not really.
Not like this now.
Not like it is now. Okay.
But that's another subject for the dating video.
For a different video. All right.
We're gonna do right after this.
Okay.
Good one. Good setup. Okay, well, with boys comes trouble. And trouble also includes, because high school it can be filled with teenage drama, like drugs and alcohol.
No.
No. Our school was known for drugs, alcohol, gangbanging. I was pretty oblivious to all of that, to be honest.
Your high school.
Yeah, I mean, the school, you would hear about the gang violence, but I wasn't one to really know a lot about it. I will say, I knew a couple of the boys I liked. There was rumors that they were gangbangers. One of them in particular, I had been into him since I was in elementary school, and now as an adult, about 3 or 4 years ago, I found out he had died, and it was confirmed that it was from gang violence, and it's a sad thing because, you know, this boy, I knew him before all that, and he was the sweetest boy ever, and finding out he died, it broke my heart, and yeah, Proviso was known for all that. I personally didn't know a lot of people that were in it, but you did hear a lot about it. You would walk into the bathrooms and smell marijuana at times, but yeah, personally I didn't know anything about it.
So nobody offered the girl in a wheelchair a joint?
Nope, no one ever offered the drugs or alcohol. Well, I'll be honest, my guy friends later on, not in high school but out of high school, tried every so often, but I was a bit of a prude back then. I would have never considered any of that. I was the eldest, so I wanted to set a good example for my brother, sister, and my cousins. So it was not going to happen. You, Shavana? I don't know if Westmont was...
No, Westmont, sorry, but Westmont was for the geeks.
Wow, okay. No, Proviso, it might have not been, you know, it had a bad reputation, but I love that school. It was very real.
Getting you ready for the real world. Okay, most of us have friends call us names or give us nicknames. Did you guys have any AKA nicknames called from teachers or students?
You want to go first?
Now you will.
Okay, well, my friend at the time, Melissa, used to call me Janetti Wenny. I don't know why, just because it rhymed, I guess. The boy that was a gangbanger that I knew, he never called me Jeanette. He called me Jenny, always. And I think it was his way of giving me a pet name. Later on, my guy friends made fun of me and called me teacher's pet. Kind of like Shavana said earlier. They also called me, it's gonna sound so bad, but they called me Coconut because I'm brown on the outside, but acted like a white girl on the inside. So those are all the nicknames I can think of.
How about Mom?
Oh God, yes. I had, in my senior year, I had quite a few friends that were freshmen because they were all my brother's friends. And a lot of them said I was so like a mom. So quite a few of them took to calling me Mom for that year. And because I was very momish, I guess. So then, you know, I wanted them to eat lunch. I wanted them to eat healthier. The next day they should bring a sweater because it was going to be cold. I mean, I was seriously a mom to them for a while. So yeah, that stuck around for a little bit. And of course, you know, some of my older guy friends, their nickname for me from the beginning was stuff like beautiful, gorgeous, the typical guy, you know, nicknames that a guy uses for all the girls. But yeah, that's about it. What about you, Shavana? I know there's some there for you. Oh, I will say, the school knew me as the girl in the wheelchair because I was the only girl in the wheelchair. So I had to add that one in because you can't forget that. Go for it, Shavana, come on. Let it out, girl.
She's like, I don't know what they call me behind my back.
Yes, she
Yes, you did. People called you
Pig.
Rana. Pig? Who called her pig?
Well, it was,
Her uncle called her pig.
everybody do it like this. My God, ain't have nickname for me.
What's that?
Minnesota Flash, Pocahontas,
Pocahontas.
and Bonnie is the only thing, and that's to be sure. Bonnie is the only one I like.
They used to
Rana.
call you pig too.
I remember some people called you Speedy.
And then my auntie Judy called me Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. I like that one. But yeah, anything else?
So my auntie said I never said that. And I'm not gonna ever say that. I don't have my sex.
And you used to snort like a pig. They called you pig too.
She doesn't want to mention that one. Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why you
Well,
leaving
that's
that
it
one out?
for that one then.
Why you leaving that one out, Simone?
And now we're calling them one of a kind.
Yes. Yeah.
So, since we talked about that, how about your guys' self-esteem in school? Since you weren't included in most likely cliques and social circles. I mean, if they're not asking you to hang out after school to do drugs, what kind of social scenes were you guys in?
Oh gosh. None. I barely had a social life. Throughout high school I had one best friend. And quite a few friends that I knew around from the neighborhood. I didn't really have a big group of friends. I would say it was just the two of us for most of the high school years. My senior years when I did become a little more social with my guy friends, and they're the ones that have stuck around the longest. I don't think it was an actual clique if it's just two people. So, and then me and Shavana were separated from in high school, so we talked every so often. So besides that, I didn't have any social circles. I think if I had to say, where I would fit in, I was probably quite the art nerd, or, that's probably where I would have fit in had I been more social. You, Shavana?
I had one best friend. And that's it. And we stuck together like that. Well, you see Erica. Erica was everybody. Erica has funny brother, but everywhere I went, Erica was. Erica was like my junior in high school. It's still today. But this one right here, she went with me throughout my elementary school. And we still best friends too.
Okay.
No, I didn't really have female best friends, because female are very catty.
She's right. Having female friendships are a little harder than having guy friends. I'll put that out there, no issue. Having girlfriends is
More work.
it's more work. There's so much emotions between them that it can get ugly really fast.
It's more work.
Between men aren't like that. I've had the same guy friends since I was a senior in high school, and they're the ones that have lasted me the longest, and they're the easier ones to deal with. Usually there's no subtext to it, Whatever they say, that's how it is.
That's why you two get along.
And us, yeah, we do. Yeah.
Female are very catty. I don't care in a wheelchair or not in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Female,
She's right.
female are catty over stupid petty.
Yeah,
Well, you guys were young. You live and you learn and you grow up.
yeah.
Well, so then we talked about that. What were your toughest times in high school then?
I go
You don't. Okay, go for it.
my toughest time is my dad who raised me passed away. 'Cause I didn't tell anybody that my dad had died. And I went into a deep depression. Only reason why I took Jeanette one day when we was in counseling, because they kept asking me, Shivani, you depend about that. What is it? What is it? And finally, with the help of our counselor, I was able to tell Jeanette that my dad did have passed away, so that was my temple.
Yeah, I remember that time. For me, I left junior high already depressed. High school just seemed to push the depression further, where because I could see how much, what teenagers were supposed to do. You kind of rebel, you kind of experience things that I couldn't. I couldn't go out by myself. I couldn't go hang out with friends by myself. I couldn't date. There was just so much I wasn't able to do, and it got to me to a point where I was just very, very in a very dark place. And with the years, it got worse and worse. And I was even suicidal for a long time. Had I been able to do something, I might have tried it. But yeah, those. I think the whole time it was bad for me. I mean, I had my good moments, but for the most part, I was in a very bad place throughout the whole time. And it got worse my senior year when my dad told us we were moving, and that broke everything so much that I ended up having to see a counselor because I just couldn't handle it anymore. So yeah, I would say those were the hardest times in general for me.
Well, we go through a lot of hard times, especially as teenagers, and you grow from them. That was hard. What is your favorite memory from school?
My,
No, so
I go first.
go for it.
My favorite meal is when I had my mom, my sister, my auntie, my uncle, wife, and the family friend with me in graduation. And I got to push myself across, I got to push myself across stage and accept my own diploma without anybody pushing me.
Awesome. Yeah.
When they call my name, I push myself across the and my mom and the rest of my family, they were screaming like no. Because they didn't think I was going to be able to push myself across the stage. So that was my best memory.
I like that.
What about you, Jeanette?
For me, I had a lot of good memories. I think anytime I spent with my friends was always a good moment for me. It was times that I'll never get to do now, but there was goofy moments where we would, hang out in the courtyard or just sneak out of class to go to lunch, to each other's lunches. It was any time that one of my friends took the time to be with me. Those were good moments to me. And I will add one more. I was very happy when my art teacher picked me to represent this as one of the ones to represent the school in an art state contest. That was a good moment for me too. Even though I didn't win, it was a good moment to be recognized.
Recognition's always good.
Yeah.
So now that we're coming down to the end of the video, when did you feel like you were part of a high school crowd? You know, sometimes at the end when you graduate, you put your cap and gowns and you're like, we did it as a team.
Yeah.
When did you feel like you were part of the crowd?
Let me go first, Siobhan. It's surprising, but for me, actually doing detention made me feel normal. I hate to say it like that, but you know, when the girl in the wheelchair can be put in detention, that just means you're another student to the teacher. And that meant I was just a regular girl. They threw me in detention. How about you, Shimano?
Graduation.
Graduation?
So now I go in my class. You already know what hard this stage. People that you didn't know screaming your name for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I had that moment too.
Well, now, if we wrap this video up, what do you want to say about being disabled and going through high school years?
Anybody that's going to a high school years right now that's disabled, that's going to watch us on this video, make sure you go to life knowing that. Make sure you go to a high school knowing that it's okay to be disabled. You okay, you are a normal disabled person who's in high school that can do anything you want to.
I like that. Well, for me, I would want to tell them, the teenage disabled kids, that to enjoy the high school while you can. No matter how hard it is, no matter what you're going through, it gets better, and you should enjoy it, you know? Experience as much as you can. Whatever you can't do, you'll do it eventually. But enjoy high school while you can. Ditch every so often. Do, you know, go to parties. Do whatever you can. Experience it all. And don't let what you can't do affect you like it did me. Because then it changes everything. But enjoy it while you can. Because once you get older, you may not be able to. And just because you're different doesn't mean you can't go for it. Just do what you can and do it.
Reach for the stars.
Yes. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you,
and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.